Hey guys, Shamar Brown here. Welcome to a next segment of Mindset Story. Now, I have a great story for you guys today. Um, I don't know, do you guys know John D. Rockefeller? If you guys don't know him, check him out. Because I feel like there's a bunch of stuff going on about him. But please check him out. He's one of the massive business guys of his era, and obviously his family, they're still wealthy. But again, check him out. But the story goes like this. So there was this businessman. His business was tanking, right? Like, his business wasn't progressing like it's supposed to be, and he was about to go bankrupt. And he was going through a park, and he saw this old man sitting on a bench, and he pulled up beside him and he sat down, and obviously, he wasn't really paying too much attention to the old man. He was just there thinking about his problems and his challenge, right? And he was like, yo, what am I gonna do? And obviously the old man was sitting there, and the old man noticed that he looked depressed. So the old man was like, hey, what's going on, young man? And the man, he was happy that somebody cared about him, because as you know, these times people don't care about nobody. So he proceeded to tell the old man his story, that, hey, my business is going down, I'm about to go bankrupt, I won't be able to provide for my family, yada 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 yada, this and the third. And the old man is like, you know what, I might be able to help you. So the old man wrote a check for him of about $1 million. $1 million. And the guy looked at the check, and the guy saw John D. Rockefeller. And the guy's like, you're John D. Rockefeller? And the guy said, yeah. I can't take this check. The guy's like, don't worry about it. Do what you're doing to do with your business. Meet me back here this time next year, and obviously, give me the money back. All right? Basically, that's what the guy said to him. Now, the guy, so excited, so motivated, went home, and he's like, yo, I think John, the family is a billionaire. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're billionaires, right? So he's like, yo, I met John D. Rockefeller. And he said to himself, you know what? I'm not going to use this money. I'm not going to use this check. I'm not going to spend this money. However, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to see if I can come up with a new plan. And that's exactly what he did. So he took the check, he locked it away, and he said, yo, if what I'm going to go at it one more time, and if what I do, I don't do it, all right, it doesn't work, I'm going to use the check. So that's exactly what he did. He put the check to the side, and he came up with the next plan, and boom, the plan worked. Fast forward 1 year later. So he came to the park again, excited to see the old man again. And you know what happened? He saw the old man. And he's like, yo, John, or Mr. Rockefeller, hey, what's up, sir? Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I don't know if you remember me, but you helped me out last year, and I was able to scale my business, and you know what? I didn't end up using the check, but here's the check. And as soon as he gave the check to the guy, give the check back to the guy, a nurse lady ran out, 2 nurse ladies ran out, and like they grabbed the old man, and they're like, hey, he didn't tell you any crazy stuff, did he? And the guy's like, what do you mean? Well, every time he comes out, every time he escapes, he goes around telling people that he's John D. Rockefeller. And again, the guy was confused, because obviously he wasn't John D. Rockefeller, because again, the guy had schizophrenia, or not schizophrenia, he had Alzheimer's. He had Alzheimer's, and he would hallucinate or whatever, and that's what was the results. But anyways, what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story. So let's zoom into that. The moral of the story, or I guess before I go into the moral of the story, let me introduce myself in there a little bit. Now, I know that I think it was a few days ago, it was Men's Mental Health Month or something like that. I think it was something like that, right? And it was a case where as you guys know, men, we go through a lot of, we have a lot of stuff on our shoulders. Like we carry a lot, we do a lot is expected of us. And I'm like, yo, like, you can't really say why me. It's like, I'm, I'm a man, so I'm born the way I am. No, again, you could deviate, you get what I'm saying, or you could, like, live with what you have, live with what comes with being a man, right? Now, what I've realized is that most men, they can't handle it. They can't handle the stress. They can't handle what comes with being a man. And as you know, most men, they kill themselves. Sad to say, they commit suicide, or they decide to give up on life. It's pretty sad, and I'm not gonna say too much on it because, again, I haven't done too much research on it. But it's just a case where I found that I couldn't relate too much. Like, I know that life is hard. I know that life is challenging. I know that life is difficult. However, though, I feel that, and again, I want to tread carefully because, again, I don't want to, I don't want to step on anybody's toe right now. But it's just something I couldn't relate. And one of the reasons why I couldn't relate to it is because, in Jamaica, I'm sure it exists in Jamaica, but in my household, in my town, in my city, there's too much stuff going on for you to contemplate, suicide. Now, I'm sure people did contemplate it, and obviously some people did it, but for me, I couldn't fully relate myself, right? Fully relate myself. And I guess just to connect the point to the story. Now, me personally, I have people in my corner who I could, if I'm going through anything, I could depend on them. If I'm dealing with anything, I could make a call. And I feel that the reason why I'm able to, like, navigate life as a young man is because of that. Now, let's connect it to the story. The reason why the guy was able to go full force when it comes down to his business is because he had that insurance. He had that insurance. Now, how is that related to you? If you don't have that, get that. If you don't have people in your corner, you need to get some people in your corner. Because I feel that life is not meant to be lived on your own. We're supposed to have community. As men, we're supposed to have community, just like women. Women, there's so much community for women, but there's not enough communities for men. And obviously, that's one of my goals this coming year, is to create a community for men. So be on the lookout for that, right? Because I know that men need that, right? But again, individuals now, we need to have community. We need to have people that we can depend on. And again, if you don't have it, get it. I know you're a lone wolf. I know you're do it your own. No, forget that. Get a community. Get people in your corner. Because again, you're going to have situations, you're going to have challenges, you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have things that come up. But the reason why you're going to be able to navigate those situations and come out victorious is because you have that insurance. Now, again, that's my story. I could relate to that. That, hey, I didn't, I didn't really go down the wrong path too much because I had people in backing me up. So again, get people in your corner. If you have people in your corner, God bless you. You get what I'm saying? You'll be just fine. And make sure you use those people. Because again, sometimes we have the people, but we don't use them. So make sure you use them, utilize them. Go to them, ask them. And I feel like what holds us back sometimes is because we feel like people are going to judge us. And that's why it's good to have good people. Because sometimes we have some people in our corners. Because a friend of mine told me recently that she has some people in her corner that, she can't really depend on. And I'm like, yeah, you don't want those kind of people. You need people that you can depend on. You get what I'm saying? And people that can depend on you too. You get what I'm saying? If people are going through stuff, they can come to you as well too. But again, get somebody in your corner. Get somebody in your corner. All right, guys? Now again, guys, thank you so much for joining. All right? Like this video if it added any value. Share it. Send it to a friend. And leave a comment. Bye, guys.